Good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. Today you have the Rhino, and we're looking at a beer that I mistakenly said the wrong brewery with when I did the full-strength version of this. And it was because I was thinking about a different brewery, because there was a different brewery that we had found out brewed a certain beer. Anyway, this is Alberta's no-name beer, which, unlike Ontario's, isn't yellow. Unlike Ontario's, doesn't come in a bottle. And unlike Ontario's, is brewed in Alberta by Big Rock. I don't even know who currently makes it in Ontario. Can't remember who made it in the first place. It was a bigger brewery, but who was it? Was it Stonehammer? Was it Cool? Was it Barley Days? Was it Barley Days made Looney Lager, but I don't know if they also made the no-name beer. I'm trying to think of breweries that would be big enough to have made something to go into the beer store across Ontario. Trafalgar, Waterloo, Cool, GLB, Amsterdam, technically Barley Days. Like, there is a lot of them, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to think of who would have done it and who would have been willing to do it, because you were making beer at a loss after you do Ontario tax. Anyway, who gives a shit, right? We're doing this. So in Alberta, they advertise the 2.4s as $27.99, which is actually an amazing price. In Saskatchewan, the 2.4s are $35.99, which is still, for Saskatchewan, an amazing price for a 2.4. Hello, my beautiful wife.
Hi.
How are you? Oh, that's good to hear. Okay. That means my wife is going to be naked right there. Because you shower in your clothes.
It's kind of creepy.
You just said, I'm going to go for a shower, which means everybody heard you say I'm going to go for a shower.
Yes, but you don't need to point out that I was naked.
I'm sorry, everybody. She showers in a bathing suit. I lied. She doesn't get naked.
I do, Chad.
She showers in a bathing suit, okay? So, no-name beer light, 4% alcohol. And yeah, like I said, for them, they probably even did it cheaper, because unlike in Ontario, it's not yellow. It's just a silver bullet with black on it. Though I would think it would cost even less if you just can wrapped it instead of printed the cans, but hey, what do I know? Like, if you bought enough cans, printing the can is probably cheaper, because you don't need a machine to can wrap or anything, but I'm sure Big Rock has a can wrapper. Okay, nice carbonation moving in there. Bright white head. I can hear the snap, crackle, pop from here.
Chad, is it nice and carbonated?
It's nice carbonation, Alicia. You just get naked and take your shower. Yeah. So, let's give her a sniff, shall we? Okay, keeping in mind that I'm drinking this warm, it does not smell as bad as I thought it would. You know what this kind of reminds me of? And this is why this kind of reminds me of the Alberta Genuine Draft Light, Alberta Genuine Draft Light, which is also brewed by Big Rock. Which would make sense, because that's like another budget beer. Would make sense that it would be that, but yeah, it kind of has that boiled vegetable, wet cardboard, and slight maltiness scent to it that a lot of budget beers end up with. Anyway, cheers, let's try it. It's very akin to Alberta Genuine Draft. Very akin. Ooh, look, underwear.
Really?
What? Oh, bra! Yeah, so akin that I did do a short on Alberta Genuine Draft, and I was like, cold? Yeah. Warm? No. And this is very akin to it. The only difference, and this might be psychosomatic, it might be the exact same recipe. I'm going to have to do them blind. I'll get a can of each and do it blind just to be sure. But the only difference is this is more wet cardboard, less burnt garbage. No, less of that boiled vegetable. And I mean, again, that could be psychosomatic because I look at this and I go, I know what this should taste like. Or it could be the truth. Like, it could really be that way. I don't like admitting that something can be psychosomatic, but marketing and everything else really does play a part in a lot of things. Here's the thing. Is this still better than a lager from Minhas? Yes. Is this cheaper than a lager from Minhas? We were doing the math. It's very close. Minhas, you might get like 2 extra cans for the same price, or 3 extra cans. And I mean, if that's what we're going down to the point that it's just a couple extra cans. There is nothing that would make me pay that extra money for the Minhas product. Just the way it is. I haven't had this cold yet, but I can tell you, if I have this cold, this is easily a 7 to a 7.5 out of 10. Having it this way, it's a little bit of malt, a lot of wet cardboard, a little bit of like stale bread, and a tiny bit of boiled vegetable. And most of those flavors are hidden as soon as you get something like this cold. And for that, like I said, cold, probably a 7 out of 10. I would buy this. It's a fine drinking beer at a fine price. Warm, 5 out of 10. I've had a lot worse. And it's a med beer to me where I could make it go down my throat without much complaint. So yeah, 5 out of 10 as I've had it. I'd say 7 out of 10 if it was in the fridge. If it's in the fridge, it's a good party beer. It's a good sharing beer. It's a good barbecue beer. If it's warm, it's an acceptable beer. Thanks. Bye.